Nonsia abo Ghana dish mama ya dom ye mo bibiajo esansu mama kwaba.
You are
E de
listening
ba
to
Fly
DJ
FM
Flight
Fly
on
TV
Fly FM GH.
Eba so se nsema ya boaboa no efri ekroso. Ene amanfoforo so nyina no ye de be som mo se enwumre nonsia kase bo. Nsem no bebre na yensaka. Na mom de di mu akotene pa ene se. Mampani de John Dramani Mahama shebo se nyame ya dom no odi nkunima. Bisia yaji wo amanoni wo behwe na waye hu bibi sanso na Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe e de aba betu jose uye Muslimi ni na otu aba no e de John Dramani Mahama ya de haram pra ensese otu aba no e de ma no sanso na Professor Joshua e de aba betu jose Free Senior High School mampani da John Dramani Mahama na de hyase na sisi de binum age afa wey edin de kika ho pi ya de bra age penie na ye bebo ni mu nyina entremu e de amatiefo ani ahwefo na kasebo mu aseda e ko e de ama Magdalene natural mineral water Magdalene natural mineral water say we di djuma bi ti say eye wedding engagement birthday party djuma de bia wo di bia no wo ho e de ema de hia ne se obefre wo na wadi nsuo abro nsuo no hote wadi nsuo no afa mfidie mu obetimi ahwe won achi kwan e wo kwafo krom opposite Okanta School Junction and abe friend penifo e wo 0538461144 0538461144 Fly FM say uye dwumade bi na pese obohu dero enso edimawa ne nyina obetimi aye edi amawo enti se odofu bi edi na woda wobebo hu dero edi amawo be wehye no fefefe wudi hye bi enso afrimu na opese jamfo ne adofo nyina beja wa eno nso wobebo hu dero ama obia ate afe wo be ware na opese wo kana adofo nyina enso ba na yefa wobebo hu dero enso edi amawo boy products bi abadwaman so na opese amanfo asoti ana wo bi ejuma na opejuma yefo ne nyina wo sa dero no bi e wo ho de hia ne se wo be friend penifo ana be hwehwe wo ne twa kwan e wo kwafu krom friend penifo I was 0249241301 0249241301 and then you marry the general enterprise say wo data band papa obetimi abow enti say eye telecell MTN and afi Airtel to go ni nyina wo bi enti de hia ne say wo be frɛ no na kakra bi a won won so wo de abeje wo data band papa na wo de akwa akodi ujuma enne obe TikTok obe Facebook obe Snapchat ni nyina eye bundle asem enti hwehwe de general ana frɛ no e was 0597239862 0597239862 now so enya u data bundle papa Magdalene International School say obane dia fe baako ana fanebra na omeje entity esan say wo crèche nursery kindergarten primary and after junior high school say ba na ahwehwefo nso dia na wana ahwehwefo ni nimde e wa de kire ene adesua emo sanso ena eba ne transport awo school bus awode fa emofre ya no pa ene awia abefo kwan ofa susua de ni nyina wo bi ewo hwehwe won atua kwan ewo kwafu krom opposite Okanta School Junction and number friend penifo ewo 0592500593 0592500593 Enyuma koi ena enyumre waso ya sene amayedi nunsia kasebo ebramo ewo Fly FM Fly TV GH so technician abon homodi chinchin video wasanso ede ye ko abefo tintan video no so enti so ko YouTuber Fly TV GH Facebook Fly TV GH and Facebook TikTok Fly FM GH production team ni bo machidom ye pa sanso ena osamufo asaka sebo mu kroje enso ede amame afemi amaji braje pini musomfo Nyarko Abronoma afi jibre na yembo kasebo ni mu nyina entwem ya share kasebo no ase edia na ye nyina yenim se akana kakra bi na ye de mfipinu eni aduonu nan abatoi abaso December 7th ebeba so pa na manyofo gusua ebo entoa Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempa dodo na efrene napo kopie mu ewo Damango eno ewo West Gonja Municipal metro West Gonja mensini ni mu a ne nyina ewo Savannah region na wa abra woni ade hye wo ho etwetwe nkomo na wodi tudwa se enya de NDC fo enya de achese wo pe Ghana fo asem kra wo pe obi bia asem na se wo hwa NDC fo wo yusu Muslim fo pa wo yusu wom ene na chese de wo pe won chen a ene se mfie nan bedu na wakoto abano ede ama wo se wo hwemu a enya de wo yempuntunwuma bia e wo Muslim fo bia akache se wo hwa John Dramani Mahama ena afe Professor Atamils wa brana wo ye omanpani e wo man kronkron Ghana mu ha one day wo dinsi se nya de obetina Jubilee House sanse eben ni manani manso de Muslim fo anase zongo fo pina ena etu ho nti se wo hwa na we de e clear example se enya de NDC fo wo pe Ghana fo ni titru eni zongo fo won pe wasam kra enti se wo hwa na mosque ewo nkran pumpuni mantem na John Dramani Mahama baye ena chese wabubu mosque ne wo friend Rollins Park eni biae bi ekeka ho ananka Muslim fo anase zongo fo betimi asom wo ene watimi asese ni nyina nti we kire se enya de NDC fo no chese zongo fo eda wona kuma so kra yentie nsemi bia Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe edituja
Dr. Bobia himself has rehabilitated 21 mosques. But listen to the history of Ghana. The only political party that broke down mosques, broke down the number one mosque in Accra is NDC. When they broke down the mosque in Accra, they called it Rollins Park. When they broke down the mosque in Koforia, they used it as a rubbish park. That is NDC for you. NDC, they don't like Muslims. They only use Muslims for vote. Listen, I say what? They only use Muslims. One president before built the Jubilee House for all presidents, and President Mills and Mahama came. They said Jubilee House is near Nima, so they won't live there. This is Nima, Zongo people, right? For 8 years, they never lived in Jubilee House because Jubilee House was near Zongo, and Zongo is Muslim. Meanwhile, they vote highest for NDC. That is why I say, if you are a Muslim and you take your pen and you go and vote, instead for Samuel Abuja and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, you make a mistake and you vote for NDC, it is haram.
Eni ekwetie ye Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe wono ena ye running mate ema Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Ye tuwa kasebo no so na ukopie mu ewo mfimfini mantemu na enijesem bi akoso ewo ho na se wo hwa akane no na Gomua East mensini kitwa Meche district na nei abanye timi abon ho modin a pejemu akọ metropolitan ye no mensini kesipa na sa ansa na be peje obi na free district akọ metropolitan na ekire nipa dodo Meche population and afa infrastructure any development etimi akoso ewo samantini ni mu eno na wo behwa so na wa peja every district akọ metropolitan na nei Gomua East na district sisi de wo de akọ Gomua East metropolitan no akoy anije sempa enye no nko a Usha district bi wo ho na etise afija kwa Abre South kaneno na district nei metropolitan Atwuma kwa nwoma enso abaye metropolitan atwuma nwabieja north obuase central south ningo pram anloga south town shama na afe tachiman we ade de keka ho pi na wo ye district asisi enam wo nipa dodo na asa wo infrastructure any development 20 sisi wetimi apege mu ade free district akọ metropolitan na presiding member wo Gomua East metropolitan was sanso assembly member wo Ojobi Akoche electoral area honorable Geoffrey Penny Inkum ade atuja say na nije ye pa esanse se wo hwa nipa dodo na na abakro no ko bebre abetna ho afenso ade hye wo ho nso awowo bi ma sisi wo nipa dodo na akwa ni mie pa wo hwen so ampuntunyuma ekoso enti eye na ni je yie pa se watimi apagya mu every district ade akọ metropolitan enti sisi edie wo try official confirmation na chese bibia etimi atoto na akwa mu yente nsemi bia honorable Geoffrey Penyin Inkum editudwa
press conference see asem two of my penny akufado enim say let's be about obe pejasa district ministers no obe pejo mu na gomwa isi enkan bi no the best on shana on peja yi mu mesa ebe kuntuaba ntino na me atom so andra please see be pie na ehwem na chese ayade agomwa east omanpenyin epeja yi mu e de yakọ metropolitan assembly ntino obisa ya ayade yi hu nti a train official confirmation na yung sa say akoye abia every juma
ene ekotie ye presiding member ya wo Gomwa East sisi eye metropolitan enti Gomwa East Metropolitan Assembly wonu asanso eye assembly member ewo Ojobi Akwachi electoral area Geoffrey Penyin Inkum nene ena ye kotie yetu akaseba no so ewo Free Senior High School semsem no emu na Professor Joshua Alabi wono eye campaign manager ede ema NDC amanyoko no na wodi nsem bi abetudwa wasi se ye hwa Free Senior High School yi Ghana ewo constitution ni mu enti enye se aban A anase aban B ena di Free Senior High School ba ye edi kanfo no edi abadada na akasa yenya ye wo ha no so yede ebetwa so na so manfo nyina ebeka yi a ye mampani dada sisi wotu franka ede ama NDC amanyoko metre John Dramani Mahama wono na wo hye Free Senior High School yi ase na sha wo sha ase nyina so manfo sanso ebeka yi a na wo sha ase esisi e blocks ya eno ebe boapa ama sisi bebi anamofra no ebetena asua de no enso watimi anya na wo ho ahan wo sha ase ede Free Senior High School yi ewo manten bi enso eba ya na ebinum asha ase ekwan free bonto wontu ahwe na wabra wodi encho ewo mfimpinu eni dunsia 2016 abato yi mu ena sani swade hunu yo wo ema Ghana nyina eto etwaye na wabra NPP amanyoko no edi nkunim na nadodan kwakufuado wo besi suo ena wo hyemu kina sisi Free Senior High School yi ahyeta enti enye se ebia John Dramani Mahama bana obaye no wamba be Free Senior High School ho hwe ayo no ena wo hyase na so sisi edie akwaye se wo bia ye adwuma na wodi ni sika ekwa akomo bi fofora wo tenchen enti sasem na ya wo kase na nadodan kwakufuado ena di Free Senior High School by ne de wonjai se wo ma ne sa credit no yentie insemi bia Professor Joshua Alabi editudwa.
A lot of stakeholders took part in coming out with the 1992 Constitution. For example, we have the Boosters Association, they took part. We have the Market Women Association, Hairdressers Association, they also took part in coming out with the 1992 Constitution. In fact, in their own wisdom, they kept in the Free Senior High School. That was very laudable.
Keep locked on. Keep locked on.
But then it comes to the implementation. So His Excellency John Mahama started the Progressive Free Senior High School as a pilot. It was then that it was clear that we need serious infrastructure. There was infrastructural deficit. So His Excellency started with the E-blocks. But unfortunately, come 2016, the NDC lost the election. And it was the belief of all that it will continue in that progressive manner. But sometimes people want to attach their name to what they call it, projects, just to say they bought it. That was in the Constitution. So the Akufo-Addo government went straight to implement Free Senior High School. And you can all see the problem that we have to. Any project without proper plan will crash. Whether we like it or not, it has crashed.
Ebiamu enso ena Professor Eddie Etujasenko Fopina ena kase NDC amanyoko no waba wo betwa Free Senior High School nim tinton time nai waba bonti ebekire sansam yi se enye no kro de biara da na wanka ne de bia se waba Free Senior High School yi waba betwam se wo hwe okwanya Free Senior High School yetimi abwa sukufo p ene efiefie bebremu a na chese wo twam a yade e be hadwen ye pa enti wo de waye wadwen se wo ba wo be ye review na review ni mu na ebinum enti ase na wo ka se wo ba wo betwam review empa nche se wo betwam wo na che se wo ba nyoma bi e wo mu na wo besisan bi e de afrim se wo hwe double track system ya wo be yi e de afrim na afen so se wo hwa e-blocks ya John Dramani Mahama e hya ase eno so obeto aso se ne be ya nkrofo ni bebre na schoolfo no ebenya access to quality education and so obiti reviewer and panche se cancellation muntie ni ye yentie ensamia professor editu dwa.
And that is why the NDC is saying that when we come, we will review the free senior high school policy. Again, like you all know, they went about
fly
That's very unfortunate. Review here doesn't mean cancellation. When we talk of review under His Excellency Dramani Mahama, first we're going to look at the access. So His Excellency Dramani and the NDC will be completing all the e-blocks. He will also be completing all other schools in progress. This is to create space and access. The second level is that His Excellency John Mahama will extend it to the private schools. As you see today, because of the free senior high school policy, a lot of parents have moved their children to the government schools. So there's pressure on the government schools, serious pressure. But when we extend it to the private schools, the space there can also accommodate the pressure. So with this, we can have access now. Once we have access, then we can stop the double tax system. That's the third point.
Well, Professor Edin some query and now what did to just will be and to Abano and Fama John Dramani Mahama were too franca. Ede Emma NDC amanyoko ni sane be ya free senior high school mufreya wokoi and so won behind one.
His Excellency John Mahama will be sending the feeding grants to the schools to be managed by the headmasters and the bases. So they will now go to the local market, buy the foodstuffs, cook for the students. And what this also means is that we are going to expand the local economy once we buy this from the people from their various markets. Now, when we have created access and we have cancelled the double track system, the teachers will now have enough time to rest and prepare for the students. And therefore, there will be quality studies when school opens. So we are talking of quality in teaching. Then we'll move on to the printing of the textbooks, because as we see today, we don't read the textbook. So our review is to create access, creating access by completing all the e-blocks and any other school in progress, including what the MPP have started, extend it to the private schools by increasing access again, cancel the double track system, send the feeding grants directly to the schools where the headmasters and the bases will not be responsible for their feeding. Get the teachers to rest and make sure they come refreshed with quality service, get the right textbooks, and we are good to go. So if you don't understand the review, this is the review. Review doesn't mean cancellation. Review means we are going to improve this and give the people quality service, quality review. This is the process. And we are going to do that with all of you. We are doing that with all of you. Vote for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC parliamentary candidates.
Enya ye Professor Joshua Alabiwano and now we campaign manager Edema NDC.
It's Fly FM.
Yes, Wakasiabano Eso. Jem Treni Eddie Emma Magdan Group. Dr. Daniel Macaulay and now what in Samabetu just say, and Yadia Banshi Bia wo honoma, a boa and crankra Jumeku and HSA, who bow Ghana has said now what to say, who be a business, no investment, and Yadia Cratch say, a Banshi Bia, a bebow, so we shall fear Pia, why Juma, when one casatin who uncrankra Juma or Timmy Abon Huma ye pa, na and crop for France and Yana so fast one. Film now obey see you and I say what is said you may and ya dear chessa banshi sheye bia I koye e de amanu chesse a banshi sheye na ya de na e favor nkrofo binum na se hwe ankronkro dwumako na anum posa wo baga na hanu mu se ya nipa dodo na eye adwuma wo mu no enya de chesse a banshi sheye bia e favor one wa bra wakasa enso e na wadi to jose when now our private sector HSA challenges bebre and now we face nanso baku krampo no wa mechre abanhye hye baku krampo no ha aba be boa wona watimi aka se we pa de etimi aboan atete ye afiri hawi mu Dr. Daniel edini nsemi etudwa wa bra na wo ye Ghana CEO Presidential Gala Dinner ene na chese CEO fo nyina mududwo na woto nsa edidie se nhemudie yase ene wode nsemi nyina etudwa.
If I would be very blunt, government policies are of the private sector. That is where we are sitting right now, and we have to be frank about it. If you want to do business in Ghana, then you have to be prepared. Being a Ghanaian to do business in Ghana, you have to be brave. Many a times it looks like we don't support our own. I have tasted it, I have slept with it, and I'm living with it. And it's quite dangerous and difficult. I always try to be honest with my business. It's about time we build strong indigenous businesses. If Ghana will have 10 top businessmen, how much did we pick from IMF? My business can generate government $3.2 billion every year. Is government looking at me straight? If you build the 5 of my businesses and you want to go to IMF, you can call me then. You can call Maggie. You can call the rest. It's happening in Nigeria, back door. So give me $1 billion, give me $1 billion. We inject $3 billion into the economy. That is the straight private businesses. I have read the 2 manifestos of the 2 parties. Honestly, I don't believe in manifestos, but I believe in national agenda. If more skill towards one national agenda and have one straight policy, to say to ourselves that this is what we want the next 5 years to be, 4 years to be, 10 years to be, we want to build the greatest businesses in this country. We have everything. I was listening to Trump yesterday, and he very
Enya ekwatie ye eye dwomtweni ede ma Magdan Group eye Dr. Daniel Makole ena ekwatie ni nsemi su na ye gina na yakwaje aboafo nkrato abaye ba bekwa kowie kasebo no ewo NDC amanyoko no akachi.
Sawam Senior High School All Students Association, NOSA, presents maiden edition of NOSA Council Meeting and Dinner Night. Theme, Unity in Progress, Building a Legacy Together. Join us for an exciting event as we elect new executives to lead NOSA for the next 2 years. Date, 30th November 2024. Venue, in Sasco O site. Time, 3 p.m. sharp. Come and exercise your right to vote for your preferred council members. Your participation will shape the future of our association. For further inquiries, please contact 024-175-2816 or 0243-404433 or 024-313-9736. Let's build a legacy together. NOSA, diligence with integrity.
Admission. McJaden International School asambia kwenya education for free crèche, kindergarten, nursery, primary and junior high school. McJaden International School say o school basa efa education for or classroom efa education for baako aduno. Bambo honse McJaden International School after 20 years at the Bambo honse agude naso. E wa church for mapen e wa de kire ene education emu. McJaden International School achiri kwan o kwafu krom opposite Okanta School Junction. Open Chechemu any Asimbisebia 0592 500 593 0592 500 593. McJaden International School was a dream, believe and become.
Omalisa Foundation na ntienka na abofra otiwe ensufi bi na agina ne tima fa ba ne final code mama sese abofra agina wa ontimi ngina enye se ne wode wo abofra yi nanso yare bi a yenim ba bi afi abetua abofra so atwa brekura oda ontimi na didi enyema nyina aye pasa ma abofra yi obi an wani kadika hu ba bi a yare fi ayare boni abedan abofra yi I say abofra surgical operation adofonom ankurankura ani nyumakuo a Christopher Muslimi fo mo amwa manone ifa horo mo a nyame atom nsem ebenya mo ade ama abofra yi na madam kire se obon ho modern pa ewo adesuam na mom yare na abeye ne sa yesre mmoa ade afi mu nchen mo ya mo nipa obra otiase mo me yankire odo abadai otema soronko ya fama abofra yi se na be abofra nso benya nipomoden yansa da yansa yem yesre mmoa ade ama abofra yi nipomoden na doctor kire se sika da abofra yi tire so 40,000 Ghana cedi yansa kasa sika ya specially kire so betimi eke abofra yi nkwade asiwo nanso yare na de na abase adofonom yesre mo yansa da yansa yem yesre mmoa ade afi obi bia na nchan momenka makoma yemfi mmoa abofra yi ne yeboa nipa awo bra ote ase enye bra onipa da sani akokomiem abofra asem ya awerho ne ti ahono enye sai na te na mmom yare na ama abane sa say ya abofra surgical operation sade ensayam sika eda ne tiri so 40,000 Ghana cedi eno ne yenyen mu ya ade ya operation ade ama abofra yi yemfa otima ene abadaye enkai abofra yi ya obebe yemfi anhini jo ne maami se mfe makuma nsia maami nso beka asem mienu bi afa ne ban hu
Ghana man seremo bai yare ya ye bia enye yi ebi ni ho a ya de bo abofra ti wa wo bibia ba jo mo to me mo a me ban ti me sore nya na ho to sa na osumanya so ni Banisa, eba mete.
Ya di yenyuma pa au Malisa Foundation ye di ne baba ba kire omanfo no mahu. Ya so ne ye de boa ye man Ghana. Adofo no wetimi asende. Di afamo mu account no so. Account no man so da ho. Na etwa go screen ne so no. Wetimi asende na ye bebo mpan so atawachi. Na ba bia yi scan fi enye kwada. Ye damase se abiri bia na yaba mo nchen amodwene ye ho na mo boa na mo yini pa wo won mpokire mu nso mo yi fi won so abofra yi ye hu no mo bra chempanifo ni bini na mmom yare na amaye se nye sa na litete ye twi nsu na se ye bibia ye no operation a abofra nso benya ne fa ho di anantew ewa nhram adofonom Omalisa Foundation.
Yensanso Emma etiefo ene ahwefo nyina akwaba yebekwa akowie enwumre no nsia kasebo no ewo NDC amanyoko no akache otu franka ede ama NDC amanyoko meche John Dramani Mahama ede aba betu ejase eyade abisi ayebona manone metre International Monetary Fund ayetwanitiawa ayeno ayemafi woba na nyame ya adomi fimpinu ene adonu na abato ye kase nkunimdie eye ne dia yade obeba no humade yie pa na waye bibi afa ho na se woba bebi obetimi etu na ne esipa no adi wudwuma eye domestic debt ana afensu commercial debt washabo se fimpinu ene adonu na woba besi ya yebo ewa amanoni wobeye bibi ede afa ho yenti nsemi bia John Dramani Mahama edituja
not party to the debt renegotiation, and we're also not party to the IMF program. But happily, we've had the opportunity, on my request, to meet the country director of the IMF, and he's briefed us, quite largely on a lot of what the two agreements entail, the IMF one and the debt agreements. We've not seen the final details of the debt with the commercial creditors, but we've looked at some of them, and we've done our own analysis of how the repayment schedule is supposed to be. We're supposed to end at about 55 to 58% by 2028.
Yes.
But if you look at it and our own analysis, if you draw the graph, we have two major humps. One in 2026, where a big chunk of the domestic debt is supposed to be paid. I think it's about 182 billion cedis. And if you consider that Ghana's total budget is just above 200 billion, then it means that there's going to be a hump there, and we need to see how to deal with it. Then the next hump is just before 2028, where there's a big payment in terms of commercial debt.
Right.
And so we need to look at how we can refinance some of these so that we can smoothen out the trajectory of the debt repayments.
Right.
And so those are things we would want to engage the IMF very early when we win, to engage them very early to see how we can work together, to make sure that we're able to maintain debt sustainability. We want to reintroduce the sinking fund, and we want to work on increasing our energy, oil and gas production. Over the last 8 years, Ghana has not been a very friendly environment to upstream producers, and so we'll try and get as many of them to come back as possible and give them the incentives that are required for them.
Man penny that John Dramani Mahama see what to Franca ama NDC amonyoko. Nisem yusu ena ye jina na ye di enyumre no nsia kasebo ni nyina aba na wiye wo kasebo mu wuti bi se. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe edi aba betudwa se NDC amonyoko enya de wodi zongofo eye hwe e wo Ghana hade wo hia ani se wo beto abano ede ama Zansu na OTB say, Gomwa East District and Nanyamiadum Wakajamu Ede Ako Gomwa East Metropolitan Assembly and Namoni Padua Waye and now face Numapa El Koso Elwohon. Zansu and OTB say Professor Joshua Alabi, Yawaye campaign manager Ede Emma NDC Amoniko, Ede Ababe to Ejase, Eye John Dramani Mahama and the Free Senior High School about my Kron Ghana Kane. Way any near Kita Hookie, na yaje bre ede penny. Near me boni munche munina ede e mammo. Kaseboy mu aseda eko ede ama Magdalene Natural Mineral Water. The General Enterprise, Fly FM GH. Sanso and a Magdalene International School and so e boy chidom ye pa wo soya sene e makaseboy etimi e baso. Wasamufo aye nana Kwame Ado. Executive producer DJ Fly. Technician is so watching Chimfidie a MD Mokode. Plastic. Menso amejebre a musonfo. Nyarko Abronoma. Kasia boni nyina esi. Memfa sa kwanya iso na memfa nkaibo ai wo ho ema